It's the yearbook that they dedicated to Simeonette the year after she was murdered.
She's almost got a smile on in every single one of these photos,
yes,
right?
that's Simeonette.
It's a heartbreaker. New York City teachers Simeonette and husband Jonathan Crupi were only 2 days away from their 5th wedding anniversary when she was found at the bottom of the stairs of their condo, savagely stabbed 15 times in the back and neck. At first glance, the gruesome murder looked like a bungled home invasion, and Simeonette's devastated parents thought there was a madman on the loose.
I seen the passion in this murder.
You bought the story that this may well have been a home invasion gone wrong?
Yeah, for the first couple of days.
Little did Teresa and John Mapes know that the police were zeroing in on a prime suspect, their son-in-law. Investigators found Jonathan had been surfing the internet, plugging in how to throat slash and what destroys DNA.
He had done some Google searches, how to stab somebody, how to clean up a crime scene, to use Clorox with DNA.
But the most damning evidence was Jonathan's penchant for strippers and prostitutes.
He had an affection for prostitutes. He used the money that he got to go to school to pay for the prostitute services. Now, does that make him a killer? No. Does it make him a horrible husband? Absolutely.
But authorities tell Simeonette's parents Jonathan killed their daughter in a frenzied rage. All because she confronted him about his serial philandering with hookers and that he lied to her about completing his master's degree.
Simeonette had done a search on the phone number, and that phone number led back to the escort.
Prosecutors say after stabbing his defenseless wife 15 times, he calmly calls up his favourite prostitute named Miss Pumpkin.
So, literally just hours after he'd killed her, he's gone and seen a prostitute?
Yes. The prostitute that he's been with for years.
I have no idea what depraved individual can do this, heartless individual can do this to a person 15 times and then go have sex with a prostitute. Who does that? Who does that? No remorse. And that continued long after the death of Sissy. He continued to see prostitutes until he was arrested. Continued.
In his own mother's bed.
Yeah.
While they went to work, he was still seeing this prostitute.
Miss Pumpkin testified at his trial that on the day of Simeonette's murder, Jonathan had phoned her for a quickie. She claims it was an unusual request. He would always book in advance for motel sex. When Jonathan got there, Ms. Pumpkin testified he asked her if she'd seen the news about a teacher being murdered. Her response, "Don't tell me that was your wife." And he said, "Yes, they murdered my wife. Someone murdered my wife." The trial of Jonathan Crupi lasted 5 weeks, but in the end, the jury deliberated for just 2 hours, finding him guilty of second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years to life. I'm just struggling to get a handle on myself, the depths of deception that was being thrust upon you guys. This was a master manipulator.
Yes.
Yes, he was very good at what he did. He portrayed himself to be the perfect husband. He portrayed himself to be the perfect teacher, the perfect son, you know, and what happened is that his life was finally being, you know, unraveled, exposed to, and Simeonette was going to expose him.
And he could not have that. He couldn't. He chose murder over the indignity of being exposed as who he really was.
Yes, and he, like I said, you know, he thought he could commit the perfect murder. I lost my best friend. I lost my future, you know, and I've always said that we're given the life sentence. You know, not a murderer, but we were.
This was an incredible double life.
He maintained 2 separate lives, and he kept a good secret.
You described it as the 2 faces of evil.
2 faces of evil, yes.
I take Teresa and John back to Simeonette's condo, where their daughter was viciously murdered. A shrine still stands with a mass card in her name.
That's a picture of her mass card. And the little praying hands angel there.
And these are her teddy bears, I presume?
Yes.
It's very difficult for them to relive that terrible day when their world stopped spinning.
It's nice to see that the new tenants haven't removed it, you know. That
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's surprising, right?
That's
Yeah.
surprising because it's still very hard to come here.
I understand. I'm sorry.
My poor baby.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So sorry. Now, at his sentencing, Jonathan Crupi addressed his wife's family, saying, quote, "My lies and infidelity should never have played out in such a public forum. I'd like to apologise to my wife's family. There is one thing I cannot apologise for. I did not kill her. I am an innocent man."